Hello, everybody.
Okay, children, let's start this lesson. If this is a poem written by Rudyard Kipling, an English short story writer, poet, and novelist, is chiefly remembered for his tales and poems of British soldiers in India and his tales for children. Kipling's If, perhaps his most famous poem, attracted immediate nationwide attention and it soon became a popular anthem. This is the last lesson of the first unit. Okay, so from the first unit, I think you all are aware that this unit presents certain qualities required for a perfect man, okay, or a successful man, right? So, through different lessons, we have come across there are certain qualities needed for becoming successful in our life. Okay, so this poem also we have some points, some viewpoints related to this main topic, right? So Rudyard Kipling also presents certain qualities, right, required for a perfect man, right? So this poem, If, is called a didactic poem, right? What is this word didactic mean, right? See, this is, you all know, the word didactic means for teaching, okay, intended to teach, right? See, here this poet presents certain values, right, required for a perfect man. So this is presented with a thought of teaching others. So because of this reason, this poem is called a didactic poem, right? So those poems written on this idea, right, idea of teaching certain moral values, such poems are called didactic poem, right? So this poem is a didactic poem, you have to keep in mind. Then in this poem, right, a poet as a father speaking to a son, right, he presents certain ideas. Father speaks to his son about certain qualities, certain conditions to be fulfilled for becoming a perfect man, right? So I think here it is presented as a conditions, right? So these conditions are to be fulfilled, right? Then only one will become a perfect man or a successful man in one's life. Okay, so let us see what are these conditions that the poet presents through this poem, right? So first of all, let us listen to this poem, right? So you all listen first.
By Rudyard Kipling. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss and lose, and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except will, which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And, which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
So, I think you all listened this poem, right? Now, totally we have 4 stanzas, right? So each stanza of this poem gives these conditions, right? So first stanza, just you read this stanza again and take out these main points, right? So you have to read all these stanzas again, right? So in the first stanza, let me tell you which are these mainly which are these main conditions, right? A poet wants, in order to be a successful, man, or in order to be a perfect man, or some conditions required for a perfect man, right? So according to him, the poet says that one should have this self-control, right? Self-control is an important thing, right? Then have trust, have trust on oneself, right? So that is very important. All right, then the poet says about not to indulge in lies, be truthful always, right? Not to indulge in blame games, we are not supposed to blame others, right? That, so we have to be truthful and honest. So these points, these conditions are present in the first stanza. Always keep a dream, right? Dreaming is very important. We are not supposed to make our dreams as our masters. If we are not fulfilling this dream, what does it mean? The dreams become masters. Our dream controls ourselves. That is not good, right? Triumph and disaster. What does it mean? Triumph and disaster, actually it means, in other sense we say success and failure, right? So these two situations, that is part of our life, right? Both should be considered as one and same, right? We want to stick on to our words, even though others, right, even though somebody else may twist our words, right? So we are not supposed to change our words according to the situation, right? So try to have a type of ideology, right? So we should have our own principles, right? So we have to stick on to these principles, right? We are not supposed to change, right? So this is what the poet speaks in this second stanza, right? So keep on winnings, right? So once we have this success once only, that is not good. Every time we have to keep this success, right, with us, right? Once you have this failure, or once you become failure, you are not supposed to brood over this, right? Says that what we have to keep with us, this readiness, right? So to work, right, to continue our work. That is what we want to have, right? So speaks about keeping virtuous qualities with us, right? Treat everybody, treat these people, both rich and poor people alike, make use of your time effectively, right? So we are not supposed to waste our time. After you have fulfilled, after you if you are able to fulfill all these conditions, you will be a perfect man. As a father speaks to his son, poet says that way. So this is the main idea of the poem. Question number 1. The first stanza of Eve speaks about the need for self-confidence. Do you agree? Why? Yes, I agree. Without self-confidence, nothing worthwhile can be achieved. Number 2. What does the poet say about patience? Successful people exercise patience. Without patience, nothing can be got. In English, they say, slow and steady wins the race, and haste makes waste. Number 3. explain the poet's views on honesty and fortitude of character. The poet says that even if people tell lies to you, never follow their examples and start telling lies. A liar is not respected in the society. A liar may succeed temporarily, but in the long run, he is bound to fail and will be put to shame. Number 4. Line 5 and 7 speak about the need for righteous behavior in the face of unrighteousness. How far do you agree? I fully agree with the view that in the face of unrighteous behavior, we should face it with righteous behavior. If somebody is bad, we don't have to become bad and follow his ways. We should learn to conquer hatred with love. Number 5. What is the poet's approach to dreams and longings? It is good to dream, but we should not let dreams become our master. We can have longings, but we should never take crooked paths to achieve them. We can think, but thinking is not our aim. Our aim is to act and achieve. Number 6. The poet believes that success comes from self control and a true sense of the value of things. Express your views on this. I fully agree with the poet's views on these aspects. Success comes from self control and a true sense of the value of things. We should know that all that glitters is not gold. Without self control, we will go astray. Unless we know the true value of things, we may spend our time and energy trying to get things that have no true value. Appearances can be deceptive. Number 7. Never breathe a word about your loss. What impression do you get about the poet when you read this? I feel that the poet is a strong willed person. He can keep his secrets. He doesn't want people's sympathies. He has fortitude and courage to suffer his adversities without sharing them with others. Number 8. What is the message conveyed in the last stanza of the poem? You can talk with the crowds, but you should not become one of them and lose your virtue. Even when you walk with kings, you should not lose sight of the ordinary people. You should be beyond getting hurt by your enemies or friends. All kinds of people should be able to count upon you for help. You should forgive and never rush to punish the offender. If you can do all these things, you can enjoy on this earth as if you are its master. Number 9. What is the central theme of the poem? The central theme of the poem is the qualities of greatness or the traits of a perfect man. Number 10. What, according to the poem, are the two impostors of life? According to the poem, the two impostors of life are triumph and disaster. What, according to the poet, should be one's attitude to unexpected loss? According to the poet, one's attitude to unexpected loss should be one of indifference. Triumph and tragedies are part of life. Don't be overjoyed at the successes and don't be dejected at the failures. If you happen to have a loss, don't tell anyone. Accept it with fortitude. What is the poem about? The speaker here is father. He is speaking to his son about the qualities that are needed to become a successful man, a perfect man. The theme is the attainment of perfection. To make his ideas clear, the speaker has used many symbols.